about me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial. Today the materials we'll be using are a 5.5mm hook, scissors, tapestry needle, and possibly a measuring tape. The pattern that I'll be making today will be using 2 color yarns. You can use more if you want. So we'll begin by making a magic circle and then placing 12 double crochets into the ring or the circle. Now this size is a size small, and it will come to about 14 inches at the circumference of the brim, so it should be able to fit maybe a toddler. Yes, so we will be placing 12 double crochets into the circle, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Now that we have our 12 double crochets, we're going to pull on the string, the tail end, to ensure that the ring is as tight as possible. Then we'll slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet. I forgot to state that the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So now for the second round, we'll be placing 2 double crochets into the top of each stitch around. So we should have a total of 24 double crochets at the end of this round. So that's 1, 2 double crochets into the top of one stitch, and we repeat that until the end of this round for a total of 24. Okay, so we're gonna repeat by slip stitching into the top of the first double crochet here. I'm just counting to ensure that it's 24 stitches in total. So slip stitch into the top of this, then we're gonna chain 2, then for this round 3, it's 1 double crochet into the first stitch, then 2 double crochets into the second stitch. So we're increasing by 1 this round. So 1 double crochet into this stitch, then 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and we'll keep repeating this until the end of this round for a total of 36 double crochets. Okay, so finishing up round 3. So if you begin on a double crochet, you should end the round with 2 double crochets. So we're gonna slip stitch, chain 2, then 1 double crochet into this stitch, a double crochet into the second stitch, then into the third stitch, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet into the fourth stitch, another double crochet into the next stitch, then 2 double crochets. So this is the pattern for round 4. 2 single double crochets into 2 separate stitches, then 2 double crochets into 1 stitch, for a total of 48 double crochets at the end of this round. And just a reminder, if you begin the round on a single double crochet, you should end the round on a double crochet. Okay, so now here, if we are doing a size small, then you'll stop here. In terms of increasing, if you're doing a medium, you can go up to round 5 of increases. Large or extra large, you go up to round 6 in terms of increases. So now for the size small, for this next round, for round 5 to 11, we're going to place 1 double crochet into each stitch around. So no more increases for size small. So we're going to have a total of 11 rounds, and from round 5 to 11 now, just double crochets into each stitch around, slip stitch, chain 2, then begin that again, 1 double crochet into each stitch around, and keep repeating this. You can see the curve of the hat beginning to come in for the size small. Keep doing this, and I will meet you around 11. Okay, so if you're done with round 11, you have finished the basic part of the hat. Now what we're going to get into, fast enough, we're going to get into are the ear flaps. So now we're going to make the ear flaps. So what I did was to count from the back. The back is where you have all the slip stitch joining. I count a total of 17 stitches, and because we're working right side up, we're working on the right side. So once I'm at the 17th stitch, I attach the yarn again by inserting my hook into the stitch here. Then I attach the yarn, same color as the main color of the hat that you're using, and I will chain 2, and this chain 2 counts as a stitch. So once I chain the 2 now, then I will skip the stitch next to it, and then I will place 5 double crochets into the next 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will skip the stitch next to it and then place a double crochet into the other stitch. Here I will, for round 2 now, I will chain 2. Once again, the chain 2 counts as a double crochet. I'll skip the stitch next to it, and then I'll place 3 double crochets into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then I skip that stitch there, going to the top of that chain 2, and I place a double crochet in there. Then I'll chain 2 now, once again chain 2, skip that stitch next to it, then I place 1 double crochet, skip the stitch next to it, and then going to the top of that chain 2. And that's it for the ear flap. You're gonna do a slip stitch, fasten off, and repeat this on the other side, which should be about 17 double crochets over, and you repeat the same thing. Okay, so now we'll be making the border of the brim of the hat by using your second choice of color, we'll attach the yarn. I begin at the back. You can start wherever you choose. So I attach the yarn, then I chain one, as we'll be doing single crochets around the brim. So that's it. Chain one into that same space there. I'm gonna place a single crochet, and we'll place one single crochet all around the brim. The only time you do more than one double crochet is into, you know, where we have the double crochets and the ear flap. So into the sides of the double crochet and the chain two spaces, we'll place two single crochets into those spaces. So here's a chain two, so I'll place one and two, and you keep doing that for the sides of the ear flaps. But on the top where you have the double crochet tops, you'll just place one single crochet onto those. And so this is what we'll be doing for the brim. I'll meet you at the end of finishing the brim, and we'll continue. Okay, so now that we're done with the brim, we'll just cut the tail fasten off, and we'll get into making the braids that we'll attach to the ear flaps. So what you'll need to do is to cut like strands of yarn coming to a total of about 28 inches. You'll have a total of 4 strands of the main color and 2 strands of the second color, or whatever amount you would prefer, for whether it be more of the second color or more of the first color. And so you put them together, and then you will go into the top of the ear flap and you will pull them through, ensuring that they are evenly pulled through, so all the tails are coming to about the same length. Then you will separate them 2 wides. Well, it would be about 4 wides on one side, 4 wides on the other side, and then 4 blues in the middle. And then you will just plait until close to the end of the tail, and then I will show you what I do next. Okay, so once we're done plaiting the braids, we'll take about 2 strands. You'll take the first strand, wrap it around the base of the braid, and you'll take another strand and wrap it in the other direction that you wrap the first strand. Then you'll double knot them like to the back of the braid. Then once you double knot them about, I don't know how many times you'd prefer to securely keep the braid in place, you can take a tapestry needle and weave, not really weave, but like push, I don't know, insert it into the braid so that the ends of these strands come out to where the rest of the strands are. Then you will cut them evenly, all the strands evenly, to about 1 inch, and that will be how you make one of the braids. And you repeat that for the other ear flap. Okay, so this is what the hat looks like once both braids are attached. This can be the complete look for you, or you can add the ear flaps. So to do the ear flaps, I make a slip stitch, then I chain 14, so a total of 14 chains. So we're gonna have 2 layers, so the inner layer and the outer layer. The inner layer will be the second color B, and the outer layer will be the same color as the main body of the hat. So once I do a total of 14 chains, excuse me, I go into the second chain from the hook. So I'm just counting to ensure that it's a total of 14 here. So you want an even number. So once I do the 14 chains, I go into the second chain from the hook and I make a double crochet. And I place 1 double crochet into each chain until the last chain on this chain, I guess. So I will meet you at the last chain. Right, so here we'll place 3 double crochets into that final chain here. So that's 1, 2 double crochets. This is the third one. After we're done putting 3 double crochets into that final chain, we'll continue putting 1 double crochet in the remaining chains until the end of this. So that's 1 in each chain space and 1 chain, and keep doing so, and I'll meet you at the end. Right, so once you're done doing so, we'll chain 2, turn our work, then we'll place 1 double crochet in each chain until we're at the top of this, which is the top of, well, where the top is where we had the 3 double crochets. We're gonna go into the middle double crochet here, and we'll place 3 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Once we're done with these 3 double crochets, we'll finish off by putting 1 double crochet in each stitch until the end, where you should have a long enough tail to attach this inner ear to the outer ear. So slip stitch and fasten off with a long enough tail. I didn't cut a long enough tail here, so ensure you have a long enough tail. And so now for the outer layer, we'll follow the same steps as the inner ear, except we won't cut the tail at the end of the second round. We'll continue for an additional round, so we'll have 3 rows of double crochet, having 3 double crochets in the middle stitch at the top of each row. So this is the additional 3rd row, and you'll follow the same steps: 1 double crochet in each stitch, 3 into the middle stitch, then 1 double crochet in each stitch until the end, where you'll cut a long enough tail to attach the ear to the hat, and you'll make 2 of each. And so here now we'll be attaching the inner ear onto the outer ear. So we'll get a tapestry needle, and okay, so I'm cutting the tail here. This is the tail to attach the outer ear. So we get a tapestry needle, and we will, I don't know what stitch this is, but this is the stitch I thought was best to attach the inner ear to the outer layer of ear. So whatever stitch is most comfortable for you, or you think will look most aesthetically pleasing, you can do so. And you go into each stitch around, and then I'll meet you at the end of this section. Okay, so once you're done attaching inner ear to outer ear, we will attach the full set of ear to the hat. So what I do is to fold it onto itself and stitch the bottom parts together. So yeah, so I'll stitch them together. Then from there, I will attach the sandwich version of the ear onto about row 3 from the center of the hat. Okay, so once you're done now, so about between rows 3 and 4, you can attach the ear. So that's 1, 2, 3. So anywhere between that section you attach by so you're gonna be attaching both ears to the hat, and I'll meet you at the end of that. Okay, so this is the finished look of the hat. I have it on my baby Samson Stuffy. I don't have a model for this size, but this is the finished look. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.